collection. So let's just get right into this. So first off, Rankin and Bass, the complete stop motion. So, pretty simplistic steelbook. Does have 4 discs to it. And the inside is basically little ornament designs for some of the different characters. I'll say that I appreciate the fact that they actually went with some original interior artwork for this, because as you'll see with some of the other ones, it's just shots from whatever it is. So next up, John Wick. I like the simplicity of this one, with it being one of those paper targets being the inspiration. And again, just simplicity. Back artwork, again, is more simplicity. And there is this, which says Fortis Fortuna Advente. I think is how you pronounce that. Just again, more simplicity. But yeah, overall, really, really excited about this one. I've had this one for a while. It's just a great steelbook. But I prefer the steelbook for John Wick 2. This thing is absolutely incredible. You can interpret the background to be several different things. I personally think it's a city, sort of cityscape, but it also could be a bunch of guns. Back is unfortunately a lot more simplistic than the front. And there's not really much on the inside. You do get this little sort of statue thing, but that's about it. So, moving on to my Marvel steelbooks. Guardians of the Galaxy. I love this steelbook. This is one of my favorites that I own. Awesome front artwork. Only issue is the back is a little simplistic. But the interior does have this awesome image of Thanos' face. So, yeah, very cool steelbook. Okay, I lied. This might be my favorite steelbook. Doctor Strange, right? This is an incredible design for the steelbook, but it's a full image, right? So you get this full image of Doctor Strange casting this spell and Dormammu in the background. It looks awesome. You also get some really cool sort of additions to the Dark Dimension as a whole on the interior. But yeah, I love the steelbook. It's also a little bit shiny as well. So, one of my favorites. Moving on. I don't have all Disney Plus steelbooks. I have a couple of them, but not all of them. I don't plan on getting Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I don't plan on getting WandaVision. I might at some point, but I'm not paying $40 each for those. If I see them for like $20, maybe even 30, but I think 40 is a little much. However, Loki Season 1, this is my favorite Disney Plus show, I think. And it's awesome, right? I love this steelbook. I don't like episode 3 of Season 1. That's the only episode that's a little bit boring. But the other episodes are absolutely incredible. Maybe the best premiere for a Disney Plus series. Inglorious Purpose. Yeah, it's also just really cool. Also, it does come with art cards. Eliath. The grocery store raid. And Alligator Loki. Now, I will say the one place that this steelbook does have an issue is that it unfortunately just rips a still frame right from an episode. And it stinks because that episode is also episode 3, which is, like I said, I think the weakest episode of the entire show, not just season 1. So yeah, that's my only issue. Apart from that, this is a fantastic Steelbook. Alright, moving on to probably my other favorite Disney Plus show, Moon Knight. I love this Steelbook. Now I've talked about simplicity. This is not simplistic, right? The artwork is absolutely incredible for this Steelbook. You've got Moon Knight himself, and then you've got a little silhouette of Mr. Knight, not silhouette, but a smaller picture. And you've got hieroglyphics, and the little gold touches, sort of not flash but shine in the light. And then on the back you've got Khonshu, with the same sort of thing going with the gold. I will say this is the thing. This year's with the Loki Steelbook. I didn't realize this until today. Not crazy about the number 1 just being in the bottom of the spine, but I get it. It's to mark that it's season 1. Still, each disc one disc has Moon Knight, the other disc has Mr. Knight on it, and unfortunately, it just kind of rips an image from the actual show, which I don't have an issue with, but I would have liked for it to be a different image, because it's just Khonshu and Mr. Knight turning back the night sky. I would have rather... I mean, I get it, right? The artwork for the actual cover is so intricate, but at the same time, if you're just going to rip a frame from the show, I would have rather it been maybe from episode 5 or 6 or something. A little more interesting. Okay. But still, it's a great Steelbook. Godzilla vs. Kong. Yeah, I almost got mixed up with this year's Godzilla X Kong, which isn't in here, but still. Fantastic artwork. It's simplistic, but again, for what it is, which is glow in the dark, it's really cool. And then, I don't know why, maybe it was intentional, but King Kong sort of looks like he has weaker special effects on the back than just the regular one. Maybe it's the frame they picked, but the face of Kong on the back really looks like that old school Kong. That's really if I had a nitpick with this Steelbook, that would be it. The discs, I don't know if they're the same as the regular release. And here is the artwork. It's just the two facing down the barrel of each other. So, overall, pretty cool Steelbook. I think they're all pretty cool. In a minute, we're going to get to a ranking of them. And then, Forrest Gump. Right? Simple image of Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump sitting on a bench. And then on the back, a box of chocolates. Nothing really going on inside. It's just sort of the blue void of the Steelbook continued. But it does get a bonus for having the soundtrack as well. So that being said, it does have that going for it. So now I'm going to rank these Steelbooks. So I've got, let's see, that's 9 Steelbooks. So if I'm going to rank them, I think Godzilla vs. Kong is my least favorite Steelbook. Again, I like the simplicity. I like the glow in the dark. But at the same time, I just can't get over the fact that Kong looks like the older effects for Kong. Then I'm going to go with the Forrest Gump. Again, it's simplistic, but at the same time, I would have liked a little bit of interior artwork, but it's still a really good Steelbook. And the fact that it comes with a soundtrack, I think makes the coolness factor of this go up higher than Godzilla vs. Kong. So then we're going to move on to the Rankin Bass Steelbooks. This is, again, I think it's a really good Steelbook. It's sort of the outlier because it's not a specific TV show, but it's also not a specific movie. It's a collection of specials, and I think it's really good. Also, if anyone from the BBC is watching, please release those Doctor Who Steelbooks in the US, because I'm not going to buy them if they don't, if they won't work in the US. Okay, I think John Wick is next. I love this Steelbook, but I just think the others are a little bit better. So, 5th place, I'm gonna go. I'm going to go with Loki. I'm doing this off the top of my head, by the way. But yeah, I think the Loki Steelbook is fantastic, and that front artwork is really good, and the back artwork is really good. It's just my only slight nitpick is the interior artwork just being a still from the season's weakest episode. I mean, imagine if it had been a shot from like episode 6 or something. I don't know. Okay. So, I think I'm going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy for 4th place. Now, I'm going with Guardians for 4th for the very simple reason of the back is a little disappointing. But that's it, right? The front is so intricate. I just realized that's Thanos' face in the background. This is awesome. You know what? The fact that that's Thanos' face, which I did not realize before. Yeah. Okay. I'm swapping this. So this is 3rd. John Wick 2 is 4th. So yeah. John Wick Chapter 2 is 4th place. Very good. Very good artwork. And for the detail of Thanos' face being in here, which is stinging awesome, gets this 3rd. The runner-up is Moon Knight. I think this is an awesome Steelbook. Again, the only reason that this is not my number 1 is because they just go with a very weak interior picture. It's just a frame. Which, again, they did with Loki, but I think that it could have been a little bit better. But Doctor Strange ultimately is the number 1. Right? For the reason of, once folded out like this, it forms a complete picture, which I think makes the Steelbook more cohesive. And you've also got really good artwork of the Dark Dimension as well. So yeah, I think it's pretty easy to say that Doctor Strange is my favorite Steelbook that I own. But like I said, I think all of these are really good, and I don't think I own a bad Steelbook. I think it's just minor nitpicks with them. So yeah, that's it for this video. Like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Bye.